So today we're looking at boots. I've run Siddies on road bikes, and I've still, these here, these are over 20 years old. I mean, the sole isn't up to much now. It's kind of turning back into a tree, but it's still flexing there, but the upper part is absolutely fine. So if I ever go back on road bikes, there they are, Siddi vertebrae. I say they're 20, I want to say 22 years old, might be even a little bit older than that. I think 2000 got max this year, 24. But Siddies, I like Siddies. So my initial thoughts were, right, I'm going to get another pair of Siddies. So I tried on the ones I like the look of, Siddi Crossfires. I just couldn't get on with them. I love the look of them, but they were really tight around my ankles and kind of uncomfortable. And I couldn't find anywhere locally where I could try on a pair, because I wanted a stitch sole. I don't like that moulded thing. I'm guessing if I went to replace this, I probably couldn't. So I wanted a stitched on sole, so if I wear it out, I can replace it and not keep changing boots. I don't like changing gear for the sake of it. I like to have something comfy, you know, a good pair of slippers, that kind of thing. So I ruled out the Siddies because they just were uncomfortable. They were tight around my ankles on the Crossfires, the Crossfire 3 they were I tried on. By far the most comfortable I tried on were the Tech 7s. They were really comfortable, but I don't know if the build quality is there. It's kind of everything you read about them. They're a great boot if you've got a sponsor, you know. So if you're changing them every year, they're great. But I want something long term that's going to last. So everything that I wanted was pointing to the Gaerne. I looked at the SG12s, but really for what I'm going to be doing, I don't need a really expensive motocross boot. So I opted for the Fastbacks, which have finally arrived. So we're going to open these up and have a quick look at these, but I'm quite excited about these. I like the look of these. Now, I got these in the UK, Dirt Bike Express, and they were £249, which is £100 cheaper than the cheapest SG12s that I could find. So yeah, it did take a while shopping around, but now the box has obviously been sat on the shelf for a while, but that's okay. Here, £249.95. So I saved £100. There we go. And luckily, when these first came out, I believe they did like a black with a brown. I didn't like the look of them. It looks a bit like an historic uniform. There we go. So straight off the bat, they look pretty good. There's a lot of protection around the toe here, metal toe piece. There's the Enduro sole, and it's not full coverage. It's like a motocross sole here. It's like a hybrid, I suppose. Even it's grippy on the outside, grippy on the heel, but smooth here. So it won't affect. I don't think if you had gears, rear brakes, it won't affect anything like that. But if you need to tread around outside, or you know, you've got the grip for the mud, that kind of stuff. They've changed the design on this, well, not the design, but the colour. On the brown and blacks, this is like a black colour. It doesn't really stand out, so there's a little bit more bling on it. Same again here, the G. There's a little bit of yellow up here. Protection across the inside of your foot. There's a flexible part around your ankle. This moves, and all the good thing about Gaernes is this sole's stitchable, so you can replace that, and all these parts are all replaceable. They all unscrew, so I'm pleased about that, because like I say, I don't like to chop and change. And these top two, from what I've read, are adjustable, so if you've got a big calf or a smaller calf, you can bring it backwards and forwards, move it in and out. Same with knee guards. If you need a little bit more room at the top there, you can let it out a bit, so that's a good feature. I like that. I say first impressions, they look really good. I'm quite pleased about these actually. So you don't really hear many bad things about Gaerne, so I thought, well, for 250 quid, if I only have to do it once, then that's fine. You know, if I have to do it every couple of years, you might cop the ump with that. But this is the thing that confused me a lot, is these are a Euro 45, which according to Gearne is a UK 9.5. Now I've been a size 10 since I was a teenager, so and these fit fine. But if you go on a city site, it'll tell you a 45 is a 10 to a 10.5. Now I tried on a 44 and they fit fine. So I think there's a bit of a grey area. I found it a little bit confusing as to what size to actually go for. One thing I have done is I bought some Gaerne waterproof polish. Now with my cities, I've never polished them and they're still fine. But with these, they're going to get a little bit more mud and grit and all that kind of stuff on them. So while they're new, this is the best time to get some polish on them, because otherwise you're going to wear them, get them dirty, possibly damage some of this stuff, and then you have to clean them. So I figured it's easier to polish them while they're new, and hopefully that'll be the trick. And the buckles, apparently they've been using the same buckles for years, so it obviously works, and everything you see reviews wise, people all say the same thing. They're pretty good. The only thing I've noticed is these screws, not there. Yeah, the screws on these buckles are just a little bit loose when they come out of the box. So if you don't adjust them, don't go mad, just nip them up, because the last thing you want to do is lose a buckle, especially if you're out in the middle of nowhere. They work pretty sensibly. They could do with a bit more of a positive latch. If I had any sort of criticism, boots I've worn in the past, click, and you knew it was it. You knew you was in, but no, it all looks. It's nicely stitched, proper leather. This is like a suede bit that should help you grip the bike. Looks like there's sort of rubber in the centre of it, or see these lines, they're like a textured rubber feel to them, so maybe they give you a bit more grip. I mean, it's a nice looking boot, nothing too flash. I didn't want anything sort of pink or anything daft like that. It's a bit more than just a black boot, I suppose, with these little accents. Looks quite nice. Toe grip screws on, or the toe piece, metal toe cap, that screws on. This is quite hard plastic. I mean, the side, they're quite a stiff boot. I know they say they're not, but they're a fairly stiff boot. I mean, they're not bedded in yet. No, it all feels pretty nice. I like the fact this is a stitch-on sole. From what I've seen, they're 30 quid. 30 quid for a pair of soles. So you could upgrade if you had a set of motocross ones of these and you didn't need them to be motocross boots anymore. You want to change the sole, you could upgrade them for £30. It's obviously for the sole. You just got to find someone that can do it. I would imagine any decent shoe repair cobbler. Is it cobbler? Yeah, cobbler. We'll be able to do that for you. What they charge, I have no idea. So weight-wise, it's no heavier than any boot I've ever worn. Definitely feels well made. Goes on all right. There's a flap here, fold round. Let's see what these buckles are like. That's it. If you get that top bit right, it's a bit tight around the ankle. It's getting better. I mean, comfort-wise, it feels all right. I wouldn't want to go any bigger. I've got plenty of room. I say I'm a size 10 in a shoe. I might have to adjust this strap. This one feels a little bit tight. By the time I've got some knee guards in there, I think the top one should be all right. But I think it's one of those things. It's like, you know, how great are these boots? You're not going to know until you've worn them, done a few rides, got them bedded in. So it's difficult to say if they're the right choice or not, but I'm 250 quid into this. It's too late for me now, but I'll keep you updated. As we go on more rides, I'll let you know how they're getting on. I've got to bed them in yet as well, so I'm going to wander around the house for a bit, so I'm going to look weird if I answer the door to anyone. But there we go. So if you can help me out, if you like this video, if you could like it, it'll help other people find it. If you could subscribe, helps me grow the channel. Look at this video next, and I'll see you out there.